Over 1,000 years ago, Rome was a place of chaos, fear, and violence. So much so that if Pope Francis had died in the exact year 897, he might not have received the peaceful funeral he did. Instead, he might have been pulled from his tomb, dressed in robes, placed on trial by the new pope, and found guilty of bogus charges. This was exactly what happened to Pope Formosus, and this is the story of how it all happened. In 891, a man called Formosus was elected to become a pope after a long career in the church. He had been Bishop of Porto, a diplomat, and even faced excommunication years earlier. But he became a pope for one reason, and one reason alone: politics. How? In the late 800s, the papacy was a battlefield because it was torn apart by powerful families, armies, and political battles. As a result of this, popes that were not loyal to the existing political power didn't always die peacefully or leave office quietly. They were often forced out, imprisoned, or killed and replaced by a preferred pope. Around this time, one of the biggest political power struggles was between two families: the Carolingians, who were a Frankish royal family, and the Spoletans, who were an Italian noble family. Both families wanted control over the Holy Roman Empire, so each side tried to put their own allies on the papal throne. Were popes expected to stay out of this mess? Yes, but in reality, they were in the middle of it. It happened that in 892, the Spoletans were already in control, and they wanted to retain power. So Emperor Guy III, who wanted his son, Lambert of Spoleto, to become co-ruler of the Holy Roman Empire, elected Formosus as Pope to help make it possible. But there was one problem. Formosus didn't trust the Spoletans family. By 893, Pope Formosus's trust and nervousness only grew deeper because Emperor Guy III was getting too powerful and aggressive. So Formosus made a bold and dangerous move. He secretly reached out to Arnulf of Carinthia, a Frankish German king from the powerful Carolingian family. He asked Arnulf to come to Italy and take over from the Spoletans family. Arnulf tried, but the invasion failed. But conveniently, Emperor Guy III died suddenly, giving the Pope another window of opportunity. Pope Formosus then called Arnulf again, and this time Arnulf successfully took the throne and sent the Spoletans family out of the city. It was a huge win for the Carolingians and for Pope Formosus. But even this win didn't last. Arnulf fell mysteriously ill and had to leave the city, and a few months later, Pope Formosus died mysteriously as well. And that was when the real papal drama started. A new pope was elected, but he barely lasted 15 days before he died mysteriously too. And right when Rome was still reeling from all the deaths, Lambert and his mother, Empress Angiltrude, from the Spoletans family, marched into the city full of rage and took back power. They then elected Stephen VI as the new pope. And at Lambert's bidding, Stephen did the unthinkable that continues to shock the world till date. When Pope Stephen VI took power in the early 897, he wanted to destroy Formosus's memory and undo all the things the dead pope had done so bad. That the first thing Pope Stephen did was to order people to dig up Pope Formosus's body and put the corpse on trial. This event, now known as the Cadaver Synod or Cadaver Trial, was held in the Basilica of St. John Lateran in Rome. The rotting corpse of Pope Formosus was exhumed, dressed in papal robes and seated on a throne. A deacon was assigned to speak on behalf of the corpse. Then Pope Stephen started heaping his accusations on the corpse. He said Formosus illegally became pope because he was still the Bishop of Porto when he took the throne, which was against church rules. He also claimed Formosus had lied, broken vows, and didn't deserve the papacy. The trial was cruel and bizarre. The corpse couldn't speak, but that didn't matter. Pope Stephen kept shouting at the body. In the end, the court, which was filled with Stephen's supporters, declared Pope Formosus guilty. Pope Formosus' papal acts were declared invalid. His 3 blessing fingers were chopped off. His body was thrown into a common grave, then later dragged out again and dumped in the Tiber River. It was more than revenge. It was an attempt to erase him completely. The people of Rome were horrified. Even those who disliked Pope Formosus thought the trial was taken too far. So Pope Stephen quickly lost support, and later that year he was arrested and died in prison. Some say he might have been strangled, but what really happened, we will never know. And because of all these, the Cadaver Synod remains one of the most disturbing moments in Roman Catholic Church history. It happened during a time when politics ruled over religion, and even dead popes could not escape worldly punishment or revenge. Even though the Church has changed and Pope Leo has currently taken the papal throne with peace and prayer, it reminds us that even in holy places, power can bring cruelty, and that sometimes the dead are not safe from the living. If you would like to hear more stories like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell button. Thanks for watching.